All right, good evening. It's John again, going for that Immaculate grid, going for that low rarity score. It's a little bit later here on the East Coast than I normally do these videos. It's 10:30 Eastern time, which means I do get to say congratulations to Framber Valdez throwing a no-hitter. I went ahead and watched the last couple innings of that. So really tremendous. It's pretty cool to watch former Brewer Martin Maldonado back there behind the plate, calling it with him. All around, very cool. Congrats to him. I had a couple notes. Number one, if you're interested, the Jolly Olive, who's one of my favorite YouTube accounts to follow. I think he's associated with John Boy Media now, but he also does videos similar to this. He does them as shorts on YouTube. So if you like this, you might like the way he does it too. It's probably I think he gets through it in terms of the video. It's about a minute long video. And he'll usually have like a timer on there, something like that. I love the Jolly Olive, one of my absolute favorite YouTube accounts to follow. I even gave him a shout out in my book. So um, felt obliged to give him a call out. I know there's a couple other channels out there that do this, but he's one of them. So um, the other thing is yesterday during the video, I said that Dave Stewart played for the Cubs. Turns out not true. Not even close to true. I found that up play on my phone. I'm just like, wait a minute. For some reason I had internalized Dave Stewart was at one point a Cub, but he never was. So if you'd played that, you would have gotten that wrong. But I'm gonna start sharing my screen and start playing here. Hit the refresh. And there we are. So we got the Brewers, which gives me a little bit of an advantage. I could go Martin Maldonado right down here. We got the Mariners, and we got the Blue Jays, Astros, and Angels. And then 30 stolen base season. Um, I think Martin Maldonado is a current player. I think he'll do a little bit better than this. Not him. This guy. Jim Wynn very, very, very briefly played for the Brewers. I think it was like a month or two. He'll work here. 1%. Maybe I should have gone with Martin Maldonado. Maybe I should have. Oh well. Let's see here. Seattle and the Blue Jays. First year I was following baseball, I remember the Mariners traded one Jose Cruz Jr. Over to the Blue Jays. So he should work here. He takes 1%. Okay. Off to a decent start. Brewers and Angels. Mike Fetters will work. Dante Bichette would work. Bill Schroeder, broadcaster for the Brewers, he'll work. I wonder if him being a broadcaster would mean I don't do as well in this category. I'll throw a rock a bone. Let's do it. 0.5%. Bill Schroeder's been the color commentator. This season they've been rotating in Tim Dillard and Vinny Rutino, but Bill Schroeder has been the longtime broadcaster for the Brewers on TV since I was 8 years old. So got a soft spot in my heart for him. So I went with him there. And then I also, you know who else I could have gone with though? Jim Abbott. He got 2 hits in his career, both off John Lieber, both as a Milwaukee Brewer in his final season. Brewers and Blue Jays. Matt Stairs would work, but he's a pretty common one. Sean Markham would work. It's 12 years ago or so that we acquired him via trade for Brett Lowry. Lowry never played in the majors for the Brewers, though. Oh, here's one. I'm going to go with Charlie O'Brien. That's kind of an obscure one. He was a catcher, but he happened to play for both teams. Mike Matheny would also work, actually. But I think Charlie O'Brien's more obscure than Mike Matheny. 0.1%. All right. So off to a decent start so far. Astros and Mariners, I think the biggest one here will probably be Randy Johnson, even though you've only played that half season for the Astros. It was an absolutely dominant half season. 1998, he absolutely came over from the Mariners and absolutely rocked the National League. It was a nice precursor for the next 4 years in which he'd win the Cy Young every year in the National League. But he just realized, oh wait, I can just dominate the National League. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to select Randy Johnson, but I think I'm going to select John Halama, who was acquired in the trade. I think just barely works for the Astros. There we go. Sub 1%. So he was in that trade. Freddie Garcia was in that trade, but didn't actually play any games with Houston. His rookie season was 1999. Won, I think, 17 games. And then Carlos Guillen was also in that trade. He's a little bit more of a prominent player. And then we've got Seattle and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California. Mark Langston will work. Might be a common one. Ricky Henderson will work. Mark McLemore, will he work? Did he ever play for the Angels? He played for the Rangers. I might be fusing those things. What's more rare, Langston or the Hall of Famer Henderson? Let's go Ricky Henderson. Let's see how many people remember. He played a half season each with both teams. Still takes 3%. Man of Steel. I should have known that was going to happen. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do it. It's just going to be cool to have them both on the same grid. I'm going to go with Jose Cruz Sr. for the Astros. And I can't mess it up because I've already used Junior. So I'm very sure he's still over 30 bases. Okay, he takes 1%. Man, they're even like their face is exactly oriented the same like angular profile. I definitely see the resemblance there. All right. Now we've got Blue Jays and 30 stolen base season. I'm going to dig into the 80s just a little bit here and go with Mr. Lloyd Mosby. He was a center fielder for those teams, playing in between George Bell and Jesse Barfield. Really an incredible outfield they had for a little while there. He takes 3%. So I'm at what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half. All right. So didn't go single digits, but pretty close here. And just want to figure out a good person to go with on the Angels for 30 stolen bases. But I'm not like Erstead was pretty fast, but I don't know if he got that low. Devon White, maybe? Mike Trout definitely works, but will also be by far the highest one, I think. And who else was like fast for the Angels? Already used Ricky Henderson, but he only played a half season. I don't think he got 30 stolen bases. Edmonds isn't going to work. I don't think Garrett Anderson works. I don't think Tim Salmon works. Ooh, I just thought of one. I just thought of one that'll work. Bobby Bonds. I think he had one of his 5 30-30 seasons with the Angels in the 70s after leaving San Francisco. He goes sub 1%. Trout took 71%, so I figured that was going to be a rough one. How many people actually? Okay, 14 Angels have stolen over 30 bases. So I'll check this one out because that was the one I was Figgins, yeah. Chad Curtis, didn't realize he was around. I was right about Devon White. Bobby Bonds actually did it twice. Sandy Alomar Sr. Yeah, I would only Jerry Remy, longtime broadcaster for the Red Sox, so I could have could have had a little bit of a theme going there too. Bobby Abreu sneaking in 30 stolen bases when he was in his late 30s. It's pretty good. And Figgins 5 years in a row. I didn't even mention Figgins, but yeah, that one definitely stands out. Okay, very cool. And what are we at? 150,000 all told. Rarity score of 12. That's my best in a little while. I'll take it. Um, Once again, brought to you by Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities, which I've got here, and it's on Amazon. Link will be in the description, and I'll also throw a link to Jolly Olive. He doesn't need me to podcast him, but I'm a big fan of the Jolly Olive. If you haven't heard of him, but you've somehow come across my page, I'd definitely recommend you check him out. And yeah, he does similar videos. So, with all that being said, once again, congratulations to Framber Valdez. Very cool that he got that no hitter, and we'll play this again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.